The AFCON final was pure chaos. Let's talk about the game.
And this game was really boring until we got to the 90th minute of the game.
91st minute of the game, when Senegal scored a clear goal, but the referee disallowed it because Hakimi was fouled when he wasn't really fouled in the build-up, and VAR could not do anything about it because the referee blew the whistle before the ball hit the back of the net. And then in the last kick of the game, after a tussle between J.O.E and Brahim Diaz will fall down in the box, and a penalty was given to Morocco at the last kick of the game, and this is where it all kicked off. There were protests for about 5 minutes before the penalty was taken, and then the Senegalese manager told all the players to go to the dressing room in protest of that penalty kick decision. They looked like Senegal were just going to rage quit the final, but all but one person left the field, and that was the Senegalese captain, Sadio Mane, who went back in the dressing room to plead with the boys and tell them to come back and play the final. And then the Senegalese players eventually returned to the pitch to play the AFCON final because, in face value, Edward Mendy could save this penalty. They could still win AFCON. Then Brahim Diaz was chosen to play the penalty for Morocco. And guys, imagine if you're Brahim Diaz in this situation. What should you do? A, would you pick a side and shoot dead, like pay a normal penalty? B, would you try and Panenka the keeper in an AFCON final? C, did he actually try to Panenka the keeper in an AFCON final? And D, it's B and C, isn't it? And the correct answer was B and C because Brahim Diaz tried to Panenka it and failed horribly. This reminded me of the Sergio Aguero failed Panenka against Edward Mendy. It was not going to work. Edward Mendy read this Real Madrid player like a book. There was no need to go for the Panenka, and he did. And with that, extra time would come by, and Brahim Diaz was left in a pile of tears. And he didn't stop crying for the entire match. Extra time rolled around and Brahim Diaz was substituted off, and then Gay scored an amazing banger to give Senegal the lead. Morocco would have another chance, but it will hit the crossbar. Then Senegal will have another chance, but Bono's amazing heroics will keep this shot from Diang out. Then Senegal will hold on to the 1-0 lead as they won AFCON for the second time in their history. Sadio Mane was given the best player of the tournament. Brahim Diaz was given the golden boot as he was still crying, and Bono was given best goalkeeper of the tournament. And someone tell me why Morocco were given the best fair play team of the tournament. Because they rigged every single game. I saw no act of fair play from the Moroccan national team. Now let's talk about the Nigeria game where all this fair play nonsense started. First of all, why was a Ghanaian referee refereeing a Nigerian game? It makes no sense. Then Calvin Bassey received a yellow card even though Brahim Diaz held on his shirt and dived. And then, before penalties, the towel that Noah Bali was using to know the Moroccan penalty takers was taken by a Moroccan official, and the referee did nothing about it. He just let that happen. And then, a ghost foul was given to Morocco for no reason. And it looked like it was going to be the same way for Senegal because they didn't have good training grounds to train in. When they walked into the stadium for the AFCON final, there was barely any security for no reason. And then the ball boys trying to do the same thing that they did for Nigeria by taking the penalty sheet towel, but the Senegal backup goalkeeper will not have it as he fought the ball boys and kept giving the towel for Edward Mendy to look at, even though Saibari was there to try and stop it. Man, this AFCON. Anyways, I'm so happy that Senegal won AFCON, especially for Sadio Mane, after he told the players to come back onto the field, unless Senegal would have forfeited the game 3-0. So, congratulations to Senegal for winning their second ever AFCON in their history.